What was supposed to be a lighthearted dating experiment on the Jackie Christie show has spiraled into full-blown reality TV chaos because the cameras caught more than just awkward flirting. According to whispers flooding social media, Ty and Evelyn didn't just show up for fun. They showed up with receipts, tension, and a whole lot of unfinished business. Fans are stunned, clips are circulating, and the internet is buzzing after footage from the BBWLA segment hinted at unexpected confessions, strange pairings, and shocking past entanglements. Was Jackie really trying to help these women find love? Or did she unknowingly set the stage for emotional warfare? What started as playful matchmaking quickly turned into a messy confrontation, filled with icy glances, silent shade, and one jaw-dropping moment that has everyone asking, did Ty just out? Evelyn on national television. Insiders are claiming the segment unearthed hidden relationship drama, past betrayals, and a twisted love triangle nobody saw coming. And while Jackie grinned her way through the chaos, it was clear this wasn't just another talk show taping. This was a battleground. From awkward answers to fiery subtext, fans are left wondering how much of this was real and how much was revenge. And trust us, this is just the beginning. It all started with Jackie Christie's idea to spice up her talk show by turning it into a dating arena for some of the BBWLA ladies. And while the concept might have sounded sweet on paper, it turned into something else entirely once the cameras started rolling, from the second Ty Young and Evelyn Lozada walked onto that stage. There was a thick tension in the air that nobody could quite explain. Jackie was all smiles, hyping up the segment like she was Cupid herself, but the audience could sense something bubbling beneath the surface. And they were right. Ty showed up, calm on the outside, but people close to the show said she was walking in ready for war. She wasn't there to find love, not really. She was there to observe, to listen, and maybe to make sure nobody twisted the truth about what went down between her and Evelyn in the past. And Evelyn, she came in glowing, charming the crowd, laughing with Jackie. But the moment she locked eyes with Ty, her whole vibe shifted. The smile faded for a second. Her eyes narrowed just enough to catch it if you were paying attention. And fans were awed as Jackie introduced the segment. She tried to keep things playful, tossing out cheeky questions like whether the ladies preferred cuddling or crashing after sex. Some of the answers drew laughs, sure, but others made the room feel awkward, especially when Ty was asked about her previous relationships and replied with one word, lying, and then turned to look right at Evelyn. It wasn't loud, wasn't messy, but it landed. Everyone caught it. The internet caught it. And suddenly this fun dating game started feeling more like a silent standoff. Jackie, either oblivious or pretending to be, kept pushing forward, trying to get Ty and Evelyn to interact with the men she brought in. But neither one seemed interested. Ty kept giving dry answers, sizing up everyone in the room, and Evelyn looked like she was seconds away from walking off the set. Then came the curveball. One of the women who joined the dating pool casually mentioned she was married but polyamorous and looking to connect with a woman. Ty raised an eyebrow. Evelyn's lips tightened and Jackie, bless her, acted like this was totally normal. Fans later said that was the moment everything shifted. That's when it stopped being awkward and started getting messy. Ty leaned in and asked the woman, "So, your husband's okay with this?" The woman nodded. He encourages it. And then, out of nowhere, Evelyn said, "I guess some people like secrets out in the open." Was quick, slick, but heavy. Ty turned her head and looked Evelyn dead in the face, not saying a word. The silence was loud. Jackie nervously laughed, trying to move things along, but the vibe in the room was off. Even the crew was reportedly uncomfortable. After that, the questions got even more intense. Jackie asked about deal breakers, turn-ons, and whether size really matters. But instead of light banter, Ty started taking the questions and flipping them into subtle jabs. When asked what size she preferred, she laughed and said, "Anything above 7 is fine. At least something that can't lie to you." And the way she said it while glancing at Evelyn didn't go unnoticed. The men sitting in were practically invisible at this point. Nobody was watching them. All eyes were on the growing tension between these two women who clearly had unfinished business. Evelyn tried to keep her cool, but the cracks were starting to show. She rolled her eyes at one point, crossed her arms, And when one of the guys tried to flirt with her, she waved him off and muttered, "I've had better. Believe me." Ty let out a soft laugh, which only made Evelyn more irritated. "'Twiz a dance. Cold, calculated, and extremely personal." The fans watching were glued to their screens. He started piecing things together. Theories were flying. Did Ty and Evelyn date? Did something go down behind the scenes that never made it to air? Meanwhile, Jackie was still pushing the segment, like everything was fine, trying to squeeze a love story out of a group of people who clearly had no interest in playing along. And the more she tried, the more the truth started slipping through. At one point, Ty was asked if she'd be open to seeing someone again after being hurt. She shrugged and said, "If the apology ever came, ... maybe." Jackie, clearly fishing, asked who owed her that apology. Ty smiled and said, "The one who thinks her silence is forgiveness." Fans gasped. Social media lit up. Evelyn didn't respond. She didn't have to. Her silence said enough, but her energy changed. The flirtiness disappeared. Answers became clipped defensive. When Jackie asked if she believed in second chances, she snapped. Not for people who lie and then play victim. And there it was. The mask slipped. The real reason they both showed up was finally seeping into the room. Unspoken but undeniable. Whatever had happened between them was far from resolved. And this little dating game had become the stage 4, their emotional standoff. The rest of the cast watching from behind the scenes were reportedly shocked. Some insiders say Chantel was texting during the entire taping, warning others about what was happening in real time. Brandi supposedly told a producer they should cut this segment. It's going to blow up. But it was too late. The cameras were rolling, the drama was unfolding, and fans were loving every second of it. The dating show had become a battlefield of shade, resentment, and low-key confessions. As the segment wrapped up, Jackie thanked everyone with that big talk show smile of hers, trying to bring the energy back up, but it was clear something had cracked wide open. Ty walked off first, calm as ever. Evelyn stayed behind for a minute longer, fixing her mic, not looking at anyone in the audience. They were still trying to figure out what they just witnessed. Was it an accident, a planned call-out, or the beginning of something even bigger? Because one thing was for sure, nobody came out of that segment the same. Not the guests, not the fans, and definitely not Jackie. The cameras may have stopped rolling, but the aftermath was just beginning. Backstage, tensions rose as production assistants scrambled to delete or secure the most explosive clips. Whispers of leaked footage started circulating before anyone could stop them. A short video snippet of Ty's comment about forgiveness found its way onto a fan forum where reactions ranged from sympathy to outright condemnation. Some fans rallied behind Ty, applauding her honesty, while others criticized her for airing personal grievances on television. Meanwhile, a longer clip of Evelyn's "better than that" remark was making its rounds on gossip blogs, fueling debates about who was really in the wrong. Friends of both women took to social media to defend their favorites. One of Ty's close confidants posted a photo of them laughing together at an earlier event, insisting there had never been any feud and accusing Evelyn of twisting the narrative for attention. On the other side, Evelyn's family members started commenting, hinting that Ty had misrepresented their relationship to gain sympathy. Accusations of betrayal flew fast and furious in comment sections, and suddenly, what was meant to be harmless. Fun turned into a public relations nightmare. Even Jackie found herself under fire. Critics accused her of negligence, claiming she set her guests up for humiliation rather than matchmaking. Talk show analysts dissected her every word, pointing out how she failed to intervene when things got too personal. Some went as far as to question her motives. Was she really playing Cupid or simply stirring drama to boost ratings? In private, producers defended her, saying that reality TV thrives on conflict. But behind the scenes, the pressure was real. Advertisers started inquiring about their spots, wondering if their brands would be tainted by association with such explosive content. As if the on-screen drama wasn't enough, rumors about off-screen conflicts began to emerge. Production insiders whispered that Ty and Evelyn had nearly come to blows during breaks. Apparently, Evelyn stormed into a dressing room, shouting about respect, and Ty retorted by bringing up a rumored backstage secret that left Evelyn speechless. Security was reportedly called to defuse the situation, and some crew members reportedly felt unsafe returning to work the next day. The tension was palpable, and those who had to keep the peace were eager for the next episode to air so they could see how the viewers reacted. In response to the chaos, Jackie recorded a follow-up social media message trying to calm the waters. She thanked everyone for tuning in, insisted her segment was all in good fun, and encouraged respect and kindness. But the comment section was already flooded with memes, reaction GIFs, and heated debates. Influencers picked sides, making reaction videos that drew millions of views overnight. The unofficial hashtag #Jackie'sDatingChaos trended on Twitter, and fans speculated endlessly about what really happened behind the scenes. Amid all this, Ty made a bold move. She released a cryptic Instagram story showing her alone on a rooftop at sunset with the caption, "Truth always finds its way out." Fans immediately dissected the post for clues. Was she addressing Evelyn? Was she alluding to some deeper betrayal? Some eagle-eyed followers noted the rooftop tile pattern matched a location near Evelyn's home, sparking theories that Ty recorded the story after confronting Evelyn in private. Trolls had a field day, but genuine supporters sent messages of encouragement, reminding Ty that her truth mattered. Evelyn struck back in an equally dramatic fashion. She shared a behind-the-scenes selfie from her makeup trailer, smiling at the camera, captioned, "Still standing strong." She didn't mention Ty by name, but the implication was clear. A few hours later, she posted a short clip of a voicemail she said was from someone claiming to be a producer, apologizing for how this segment was handled and promising that the full unedited footage would reveal the real story. Fans immediately speculated whether this was a genuine leak or another dramatic ploy to keep the audience hooked. As news outlets caught wind of the brewing storm, entertainment websites began lining up interviews with former cast members. Ex-wife of a cast regular hinted at off-camera relationships that could add another layer to the chaos. Another insider claimed that Evelyn and Jackie had had a long-standing feud and that this segment was just the latest battleground. Talk. Show hosts invited relationship experts to weigh in, debating the ethics of airing such personal details on national TV. Some argued it was empowering to expose hidden truths, while others condemned it as cruel public shaming. Amid the swirling drama, Ty and Evelyn's families were dragged into the mix. Evelyn's teenage daughter posted on her story, pleading for fans to stop involving her mother's personal life in their arguments. Ty's brother, meanwhile, posted an Instagram video defending his sister's right to speak her truth and criticizing internet bullies for tearing her down. The family divide only deepened the narrative, turning what started as a dating show segment into a multi-seeded feud that affected everyone involved. Perhaps the most surprising development came when a well-known BBY fan page claimed to have obtained an audio recording of a private conversation between Ty and Evelyn. In the clip, the two women could be heard calmly discussing their issues before the show, expressing regret over unresolved hurt. The tone was quiet, almost conciliatory, quite different from the fiery exchanges on camera. The authenticity of the audio was hotly debated. Some fans believed it proved there was more to the story, while skeptics called it a deep fake. Regardless, it added fuel to the fire and showed how much audiences craved the real truth beneath the sensational headlines. As the days passed, sponsors and legal teams got involved. Productions swiftly issued a statement claiming they would review the segment and ensure all rules were followed, while lawyers for the women threatened to sue for defamation if any false statements were aired. The threat of lawsuits loomed large, raising the stakes even higher. Suddenly, this was no longer about TV ratings, it was about reputations, careers, and the very public unraveling of two high-profile reality stars. Throughout all the chaos, fans remained glued to their screens, refreshing social media feeds and speculating on every post. Reaction videos skyrocketed with creators analyzing every word and gesture from the segment. Conspiracy theories flourished. Some believed Jackie had orchestrated the drama to set up a special reunion showdown, while others thought the whole thing was a smoke-all-key screen for an upcoming spin-off series. Amid the noise, both Ty and Evelyn benefited from the attention follower counts soared, and media outlets clamored for their next statements. Even months later, the fallout continued. Clips from the segment played on highlight reels, invited onto talk shows as examples of reality TV gone too far. Ty and Evelyn were invited for interviews where they each tried to reclaim their narratives, but the tension never fully dissipated. The segment that began as a simple dating game had transformed into a cultural moment, one that fans still cited as the perfect example of when reality TV blurs the line between entertainment and emotional warfare. In the end, what started as a playful idea on Jackie Christie's show spiraled into a saga of leaked secrets, social media battles, family drama, and legal standoffs. The wild truths exposed on camera proved just the tip of the iceberg. Beneath the surface lay a tangled web of past grievances, unspoken apologies, and strategic power plays. And as the dust settled, one question remained on everyone's lips. Was this the end of the chaos, or the beginning of an even bigger showdown? It felt like the entire reality TV world was watching as Ty and Evelyn shifted from foes to reluctant co-conspirators in a drama, neither of them fully controlled. After the audio leak and legal threats, production tentatively scheduled a Healing Circle reunion episode, hoping to quell the outrage and reclaim the narrative. Ty agreed, seeing it as a chance to speak her truth without interruption, while Evelyn saw an opportunity to set the record straight, once and for all. Backstage, both women prepared in silence, Ty with a stack of handwritten notes, Evelyn with a playlist of calming music. The tension crackled in the air like static, and crew members whispered that they'd never seen two stars so poised on the edge of either a truce or a meltdown. As the cameras rolled on the reunion set, Jackie opened with her signature grin, telling viewers she wanted everyone to clear the air and find common ground. But the moment she introduced Ty and Evelyn side by side, the audience held its breath. Ty went first, her voice measured as she recounted past grievances, the unreturned calls, the shady comments in interviews, the feeling of being gaslit by someone she once called a friend. She spoke not with anger but with wounded honesty. When she finished, there was a murmur in the crowd. Some fans nodded in sympathy. Others exchanged doubtful glances. Nobody knew how Evelyn would respond. Evelyn rose slowly, smoothing her hair, and took a deep breath. She addressed Ty directly. "I never meant to hurt you," she began, her tone both apologetic and defensive. She blamed Miscom producers editing their words for drama and her own mistakes. She admitted that she'd let pride get in the way, and that she regretted not reaching out sooner. For a moment, it seemed like real healing might occur. The studio lights softened and Jackie looked relieved, but then Evelyn's expression hardened. She added, "But I won't apologize for standing up for myself." Ty's eyes flickered with surprise and something darker. The truce shattered as quickly as it formed before anyone could process Evelyn's last words. Ty launched back, accusing Evelyn of leveraging their friendship for clicks, of fabricating stories to stay relevant. She mentioned a private phone call where Evelyn allegedly threatened to leak Ty's personal past if she didn't play along. The crowd gasped. Evelyn's jaw clenched. She denied it, yet Ty persisted, referencing timestamps and text screenshots. The show's producers scrambled to cut to a commercial, but not before the clip had already streamed live to millions. Social media erupted anew, some called Ty brave, others accused her of character assassination. The reunion had become more explosive than the original dating segment amid the onslaught. Jackie tried to regain control, her voice rising above the chaos. "Let's take a breath, ladies." But her words fell flat. The two women stood to the studio audience. Silent eyes, cheeks glistened with tears, not of sadness, but of fierce determination. Evelyn's stance was resolute, her arms crossed, cameras lingered, broadcasting every detail. Viewers at home watched with morbid fascination, refreshing Twitter feeds as dozens of fan theories emerged by the second. Was this real reconciliation or a premeditated stunt? Nobody could tell, and that uncertainty fueled the frenzy. Once the reunion wrapped, both Ty and Evelyn retreated to separate dressing rooms. Ty posted an Instagram live from hers, speaking directly to her followers. She thanked them for their support, then said cryptically, "Sometimes the truth hurts more than the lie." She refused to elaborate, hanging up abruptly. Evelyn, meanwhile, sat in her trailer, scrolling through comments, shaking her head. She filmed a short TikTok video dancing to a trending song, captioned, "Moving on, staying positive," seemingly trying to change the narrative. Fans dissected every second. Was it genuine resilience or damage control? Either way, both women had reignited the flame. The next day, talk show hosts dissected the reunion in minute detail. One hot topic, the polyamorous twist from the original segment. Relationship experts debated whether the show had exploited non-monogamy for shock value. Some applauded the visibility. Others condemned the show for sensationalizing personal lifestyles. A few pundits even suggested adding a licensed therapist to future episodes to moderate conflicts. The media circus showed no signs of slowing down. Each headline, each tweet, each reaction video added another layer to the saga, making it impossible for either Ty or Evelyn to step away without seeing control of their own stories. In the midst of this maelstrom, an unexpected ally emerged, Chantel, who had been conspicuously silent until now. She appeared on a popular gossip podcast to share her perspective. She painted herself as a neutral observer, claiming she'd witnessed both Ty and Evelyn at their best and worst. She expressed disappointment in how the show handled things and hinted that she'd testify to producers about the behind-the-scenes manipulations. Chantal's involvement shifted the spotlight once again. Fans buzzed that her testimony could vindicate one side or dismantle both their reputations entirely. The plot thickened beyond anything the original dating game could have suggested. Meanwhile, internet sleuths scoured every clip, every deleted scene, every leaked outtake. Some claimed they discovered an unedited question where Jackie asked if either woman had ever cheated. Others swore they saw producers coaching lines. Conspiracy blogs ran wild, claiming the entire segment was scripted, a mockumentary designed to promote a new streaming deal. The rumors were so pervasive that even mature fans struggled to separate fact from fiction. All anyone agreed on was that the drama was addictive, a reality TV spectacle that blurred lines between authenticity and performance. As the dust settled on the initial chaos, Ty and Evelyn found themselves at a crossroads. Both were offered lucrative brand deals, Ty a line of athletic wear, Evelyn a beauty collaboration, but the contracts hinged on their willingness to participate in more confessional-style content together. Most advisors warned them against it. Why risk another public breakdown for a sponsorship? But both women faced the same dilemma: money and relevance versus reputation and personal peace. Behind closed doors, their teams negotiated feverishly, each side trying to outmaneuver the other. It was the quietest yet most intense battle of all. And so, as the series of wild revelations and backstage wars wove into the fabric of reality TV lore, one thing became clear: this was far from over. Ty and Evelyn had become unwilling co-addicts in a drama that transcended a simple dating show, Mishap. The cameras remained poised, the producers alert, and the fans insatiable. Every social media update, every cryptic post, every podcast appearance kept the story alive. For both women, the question wasn't just about resolving old scores, it was about controlling the narrative before it controlled them. The next phase of the saga began with whispers of a spin-off special that would reunite Ty and Evelyn for one final showdown. Sources close to production claimed the network saw the fury generated by the reunion episode as an opportunity for a live on-air Q&A, where fans could submit questions in real time. Both women reportedly received six-figure offers, but the catch was obvious. They'd have to face each other under harsh studio lights with no editing buffer. For Ty, the idea of returning to that battlefield seemed reckless. Yet, the paycheck and the chance to control her narrative proved tempting. Evelyn, meanwhile, was conflicted. She didn't want to revisit old wounds, but a live forum offered her a platform to air her side unfiltered. Their agents went back and forth for days negotiating appearance fees, confidentiality clauses, and camera placement. In the midst of the negotiations, a new character entered the drama: Brandi Mahan, who had been conspicuously absent until now. Brandi, known for her blunt commentary and quick wit, offered to moderate the live special, claiming she could steer the conversation toward resolution rather than rancor. Her proposal included a round of private mediations before the live taping so that Ty and Evelyn could address personal grievances away from the cameras. Fans were divided. Some hailed Brandi as the peacemaker the show needed, while others suspected she was angling to position herself as the queen of the reunion circuit. When Brandi posted a teaser on her own social channels, the hashtags Sayers spin-off special and Sayers peace rather than fight began to trend, proving that even her involvement was enough to re-energize the frenzy. Meanwhile, the sponsors who had initially hesitated now circled back, eager to claim credit for supporting empowerment through honest conversation. One major fitness brand proposed a branded content segment where Ty would lead a yoga session on forgiveness, while a beauty company approached Evelyn to discuss self-care and resilience. These corporate tins promised lucrative endorsement checks, but also came with brand guidelines that demanded the women refrain from name-calling or personal attacks during the live show. The tension between authenticity and sponsorship obligations created a delicate dance. Ty and Evelyn could earn a windfall, but only if they delivered a performance that didn't cross the fine line between reality TV and defamation. Insiders joke that the lawyers outnumbered the production crew by night 3 of negotiations. As the date for the special approached, both women ramped up their social media activity. Ty released a series of polished Instagram videos in which she spoke frankly about finding strength and vulnerability. She used soft, inspirational music and framed her past conflict as a catalyst for personal growth. Evelyn took a different tack, posting candid behind-the-scenes photos of her prepping for the live taping, complete with handwritten note cards and a playlist titled Truth Bombs. She captioned, "One selfie ready to speak from the heart. No filter, no fear." Fans dissected every detail. The font on the note cards, the song choices, even the color of Evelyn's nail polish were hotly debated as potential clues to what she planned to reveal. The day of the live special arrived, and the set was charged with anticipation. The audience was split evenly between Ty supporters and Evelyn loyalists. Each handed colored wristbands to signal their allegiance. Cameras captured the sea of purple and teal as the lights dimmed, and Jackie Christie took the stage to introduce the event. She reminded viewers at home that this was meant to be a moment of healing and honest dialogue. The rules were simple. Each woman would have uninterrupted speaker spots, followed by audience questions filtered through Brandi as moderator. Catch. No coaches or handlers were allowed backstage. This was truly going to be them alone on stage, squared off in the glare of live television. Daughter Ty went first. She strode out confidently, microphone in hand, and spoke directly to Evelyn. She recounted a series of text messages that she said Evelyn had sent after the original segment aired. Messages that apologized, but also contained veiled threats about ruining Ty's reputation if she didn't play along in interviews. Ty read excerpts aloud, her voice steady, while graphics on the screen displayed the texts for viewers. The crowd hushed, and even Evelyn's smile faltered as she watched. Ty exposed words that hadn't been seen before. Ty concluded by saying, "I'm not here to shame you, but I need you to understand how your words landed on me." It was a powerful opening that set the tone for raw accountability. Evelyn's turn came next. She paced the stage, taking deep breaths, and began by acknowledging Ty's pain. She said, "If my words hurt you, I am sorry, but you have to understand I was also hurt, and I didn't have a way to process it." She then played a short audio clip of a voicemail she had left for Ty the day after the original taping an apology. Sincere and remorseful. The clip echoed through the theater, and many in the audience wiped away tears. Evelyn's strategy was clear. Humanize herself, own her mistakes, and demonstrate that her emotions were just as valid. When she finished, she looked directly at Ty and said, "Can we find a way forward?" A murmur ran through the crowd. This was the moment everyone had been waiting for. Brandi opened the floor to audience questions. The first was from a fan wearing a Ty wristband. "Do you think you can trust each other again?" Ty answered honestly, admitting that forgiveness was a process, not an event, and that while she didn't know if she could fully trust Evelyn, she was willing to try. Evelyn nodded vigorously, tears glittering in her eyes. The next question came from an Evelyn supporter. "What did you learn about yourself through this experience?" Evelyn replied that she learned humility and the importance of clear communication, lessons she planned to carry into every aspect of her life. The dialogue felt intimate, genuine, and unscripted. Exactly what producers had hoped to capture. Just when it seemed like the reconciliation would stick, a surprise twist emerged. During a break in questions, a backstage monitor accidentally aired a blooper reel showing producers coaching Eileen and Chantel to egg on the tension for better footage. The clip ran for about 10 seconds before the feed was cut, but the damage was done. Fans in the audience gasped and whispers turned into an uproar. Both Ty and Evelyn stared at the monitor, their expressions hardening as they realized the show they thought was healing them had been manipulating their pain all along. In that moment, the live special flipped into a new scandal, an exposé of reality TV itself. "Hey everyone," Jennifer began into the webcam. "We promised honesty, so here we are live from the relief camp." Fans watching at home flooded the IBJI chat with messages of excitement and skepticism. Evelyn leaned forward, voice calm. "Want to say thank you?" She started. "Anything we did felt fake. I understand. I let my insecurities dictate my actions." She paused, then added, "But today we did real work. We got our hands dirty. We listened and we served." Brandi met the camera's gaze. "I called her out and I'm glad I did. But I also realized that calling someone out isn't enough. You have to build them up too." She gestured to Evelyn. "Thank you for stepping up." Jackie smiled brightly. "And thank you all for watching. We're not saints, but we're human. And we hope our journey inspires you to serve in your own communities." Jennifer wrapped up the session. "We invite you to join. Ooze, share your stories, your efforts, your struggles. Let's keep this circle of compassion going." She held up a sign with the campaign hashtag and the trio waved. As the stream ended, the cameras powered down, but the connection it sparked reached far beyond the tents. As evening settled, the cast gathered one final time around a crackling fire pit. The survivors and volunteers joined them, forming a large circle of unity. Laughter mingled with storytelling. Songs rose into the night sky. And for the first time that day, rivalry and suspicion faded into the background. Brandi raised a cup of warm tea and proposed a toast. 2 broken promises mended, 2 clout left behind, and to the souls we served. The group cheered in agreement. In that flickering firelight, they found something deeper than any headline could capture. The truth that even amidst betrayal and scandal, genuine empathy and teamwork could transform ashes into hope. And though the next scandal might be only a camera's pivot away, they had forged a moment of authenticity that no leak or rumor could extinguish. And so, as the dust settles over this roller coaster of revelations, betrayals, and unexpected alliances, one thing is clear: nothing on BBWLA S12 is ever dull. Bry's shocking exposé of Evelyn's behind-the-scenes pattern ignited a firestorm that tested friendships and forced every cast member to confront their own motives. Jackie and Jennifer stepped in to fan the flames, only to help spark a surprising redemption arc that saw cold accusations melt into genuine teamwork. Emotions ran high. The family was left divided more times than we can count, and fans are shocked by every twist and turn. But through it all, real lives were touched, blankets handed out, water given, and hope restored. Now it's your turn. Did Brandi do the right thing by calling out Evelyn's games, or did she cross a line? Do you believe Evelyn's apologies were sincere, or was it just another dramatic performance? Can Jackie and Jennifer really bridge the gap between drama and compassion? Or is this just the calm before the next storm? Drop your hottest takes in the comments below and let us know whose side you're on and why. Smash that like button if you've been hooked by every scandalous moment. And subscribe to stay in the loop for all the juicy BBWLA S12 updates. Hit the notification bell so you never miss a wild new twist, because on BBW the tea is always piping hot and you won't want to blink. Thanks for watching and keep those opinions coming. You might just inspire the next explosive.